episode 217 of Watch and Complain.
If you don't want to be here, don't worry. Neither do we.
Well, because Apple's announcing things right now, and we're missing it.
You know what Apple should get into? Breast augmentation. When are they going to have, and not just breast augmentation, but like body augmentation? So Adobe put out that dress that can change color.
Yeah.
You should be able to get implants that on your iPhone, you can be like, all right, today I want to be a B cup. And you know, I feel like I want to be slim and B cup. So you hit B and it like your tits go down to a B. And you'd be like, you know what? I'm going on a date tonight. I really like this guy. He's told me that he likes like very voluptuous women. I want to go to a double D or an E. Like hit a button and you go up to an E cup.
I believe that is an actual.
You're covered in fucking pink hair.
You should see who I was with before this.
Who are you going down on? Pinky?
Pink.
And the brain. You're going down on Pink?
Yeah.
Her husband.
No, I just meant like vagina in general.
The place where I first started getting tattoos, but
where I was conceived.
Yeah, I was conceived in Pink's vagina. That's why she's younger than me.
Your mom's Pink, and you haven't had her on the show.
That's
for clout?
right. For clout. Well, also she's dead.
Pink isn't dead.
My mom is dead. My mom is.
Okay.
My mom is a dead Pink person.
That's
she was
true.
a flamingo.
That's true. Your mom is dead.
Nothing gets by you.
It's nice that you can talk to me.
I enjoyed the shit out of Talk to Me. I did not think I was going to. As it starts, it's all young people. And I'm old and curmudgeonly, so I hate movies with young people. But this was... It has its flaws. It's not fantastic. It does have its flaws.
Yes.
But it was so well-paced. It was so well-directed by two guys that I think this is like their first or second movie. And it was just... It kept you interested for what was going to happen next. And I was comparing it to... So I watched this Friday night. And then on Saturday, me and my youngest son, because he's a massive Five Nights at Freddy's fan, we went and saw Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, off topic, but on topic to what you just said. What did you think of it?
Five Nights at Freddy's, it's not very good, but it's a Five Nights at Freddy's movie. It's perfectly...
Is it jump scare the movie like I thought it would be?
No.
No?
You know what? There are jump scares, but put it this way.
The game is jump scares.
Nothing that caught Elliot. Elliot was fine for the whole thing. And what was great...
I wouldn't be.
And we'll talk about it... Well, you know, I'll talk about it now. So we're in it, and it was a pretty packed theater. We went at 11:20 in the morning.
I heard it did really well, yeah.
And there was this couple beside me that were like, imagine if you took me
Who thought they were going to Oppenheimer?
Imagine you took me to see Empire Strikes Back. And I had to let that entire theater know that, yes, I know pretty much everything there is to know about Empire Strikes Back. I'll be there for any questions people have.
Isn't that like going to a movie with you anyway?
So these two people beside me, I think they were a young couple. Well, they were a young couple, but I think they were like dating. They were Five Nights at Freddy's experts, and they were going to make sure the whole fucking theater knew it.
Oh, how did you survive without saying something?
The best part was I'm watching it with Elliot and Elliot right beside me, and this one part comes up. Do you know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's?
No.
Okay.
Well, very little.
The basics.
They go into... This is all I know. And this is like you...
You know you're not talking to your microphone, right?
Oh, fuck. Welcome to episode... Can leave it in.
I just realized now. Yeah, we've got to go the whole fucking episode without you talking to your microphone.
This is... What's in my drink?
The same weed you put in these brownies.
I rubbed those against my junk.
Maybe you did that with your... You should have. That's where all the white comes from. It's not s'mores. It's ball itch.
Off the rails.
Balzac.
What were you saying? Okay.
What do you know about Five Nights at Freddy's?
Just like you were explaining Fortnite, my turn. Five Nights at Freddy's. All I know is...
This will go on the TikTok.
The person goes in an elevator and tries to go down into a shaft and then has to explore without... Or look at cameras... and then if they do something wrong, they get the it's a jump scare.
Okay, none of that's right. But you were right that there is cameras and there is jump scares. Now, what is the most common acronym for Five Nights at Freddy's?
FNAF.
So what do people call it?
That's how my brain works. That's slow.
When I'm talking with the boys and they talk about FNAF, and I'm like,
Do
Don't
they
say-
actually say it? that
They
way?
do.
Oh.
And I've told them whenever I'm like, don't say that. You sound like a moron.
Every
when you say
time someone
FNAF.
says FNAF, or there's another one.
There's what's fucked up is there's something called Friday Night Funkin', and then there's Five Nights at Freddy's. So FNF and FNAF are two totally separate fucking games. But
I haven't heard.
back
of
to
the
my
first one.
story.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's this one part where this thing called Golden Freddy shows up, and I'm sitting there watching it, and Elliot. So Elliot's beside. Elliot had. If like something came out that was from the video game, Elliot had it a good 5 or 6 seconds before these idiots beside me had it.
Okay, so your son ended up being the smart ass.
He would have blown these fuckers
but he didn't
away
say it out loud
to himself.
Oh well, that's fine.
So we're sitting there watching it, and Elliot goes, "That's Golden Freddy." And then these. So here's how it went exactly. So you're Elliot, and I'm sitting there watching it, and Elliot goes, "That's Golden Freddy." And then this couple beside me goes, "The Golden Freddy. Golden Freddy is showing up." And while this fucking dumb
have to
bitch
be right,
beside me
yeah.
is saying it's Golden Freddy, I go to Elliot. I go, "What the fuck's Golden Freddy?" I got to him, eh? And this girl beside me
answers you.
starts going, "Golden Freddy is a slightly shinier yellow version of the original Freddy."
Tell me you turned around and said, "Are you my son?"
So I turned and I looked at her like, and I gave her that look of the fuck. And then I go to Elliot. That's what Golden Freddy is a shinier yellow version of the original Freddy. I know what gold looks like, so I don't need to be fucking told what fucking color gold is. Elliot's fucking answer is there's a part in the game where you can walk by, and if you look right at this picture, the Freddy that's there is a slightly shinier version of Freddy. He's an Easter egg. That's a fucking answer. So my 11-year-old was heads and tails smarter than these fucking imbeciles that were right beside me. And what was great is I looked at her with this look of idiot, like this look of like don't.
Which
don't
she probably
talk to
thought
me.
like, "Oh, that's weird." Like that face.
I legitimately think that she thought I was asking her who the fuck Golden Freddy is.
Yeah.
But then,
well, she's just that type that was like anyone asks
that's
a
what it was.
question, she has to answer.
If
it.
anyone in the audience had gone, huh? Oh, well, let me tell you, that's fucking biggle boggles.
Let me walk down to the front row and let you
Fucking
know.
idiots.
Yeah.
But it was great how Elliot was just all the time. He was before his people, and there was this. They go into this room, and
Rum.
it walks by, and there's a big animatronic thing all destroyed in the corner, and I go, "What's that?" To Elliot, "Nothing. Fucking crickets beside me. What's that?" "Oh, that's Scrappy. He's an animatronic that
Maybe
they
they
didn't
learned
use."
from the look you gave them.
I think when it came to the Scrappy part, I don't think they had a fucking clue who it was. And Elliot goes, and he said it loud enough because he was wearing his headphones. He said it loud enough to me. He goes, "Oh, that's Scrappy. He's a part of the game they don't use." And the guy's like, "Scrappy." I heard the guy.
He just jumps on it. Yeah, Scrappy, the one that they
And
don't
that's what it
use.
was.
bro.
But
Of course,
heard
I
him-
knew that.
As soon as fucking Elliot said it, I heard him beside me be like, "Scrappy." That's Scrappy. Like, you assholes are listening to my 11-year-old getting schooled by him on this Five Nights at Freddy's movie. But in
You
the
had
long
to
run,
be in between all this.
I was in the middle of all of it. But and what's funny too is then that night Keith comes over. He's like,
I would have loved to come with you just to have. You can't bet that someone's gonna be there that's gonna piss off Rob. But when it happens, it's like awesome to be there.
and see, if I was there with you, I would have reamed these people. I'd have been like, "Shut the fuck up."
You would have gotten more entertainment out of it.
But I'm there with my kid.
You
and
should have looked
to be-
over and been like, "Really?"
You have to be a good example
Do
for your
tell.
children. So I was like, I'm not going to punch these people in the fucking head. But it's funny. So Keith asked me, he's like, "Hey, are you going to buy tickets to go see Killers of the Flower Moon?" I'm like, "Absolutely not."
See, I asked you
Because
too.
if I'm beside people like that for
Yeah.
Killers of a Flower Moon, I will fucking murder them. Martin Scorsese is one of the fucking few directors who I really, really badly want to watch this because I enjoy his work so much. I'm not going to have two fucking idiots like that ruin it for me.
Well, I'm sorry that Keith and I are idiots.
That's right. You two go on either side and I'll be like, "This reminds me of Scorsese's movie Goodfellas."
I'll just be next to you going, that's a callback.
But it's fine. There's no real jump scares. And Elliot, I think, was the youngest kid in the theater, and he was having a ball.
I wouldn't. I would love to
The-
go to watch you deal with these people, but
The
that's it.
animatronics are extremely impressive. Like when you see the fucking bears and Foxy and
Loxy and Bixie and
I'm
Boxy
sure
walking
it's
around.
a person that's
No, they were
screen and it's CG.
They were Jim Henson puppets.
Really?
Yeah, they were made by the Jim Henson
That's
Company.
cool.
That's what made me excited to go see it. That was one of the only reasons that I wanted to go see it. I'm like, oh, cool. And I knew, like, Elliot was super fucking psyched to go see it, but it was good.
That makes sense. That Mythbuster Adam Savage is doing videos right now at Jim Henson's lab, and that makes sense for timing.
They were fantastically put together in how they moved. It was great.
Back to Talk to Me.
Movie wasn't great, but the animatronics were great.
Back to Talk to Me.
Back to Talk to Me.
Back to Talk to Me.
I really enjoyed it. I didn't think I would because, again, like I said, there was a lot of young people, and I was like, this is going to be like millennials and talking about their problems and shit. None of that.
We're not going to go into the grand old plot of it.
Yes, we fucking will.
Oh, my God, we will?
There's a hand, and if you grab the hand, you say, talk to me, and then you see a ghost. And then if you decide you want to talk to the ghost more, you say, I let you in, and then the ghost goes into you. And the longest the ghost allowed to be inside you is 90 seconds, otherwise it takes you over. And then there's the girl, Mia, who it's inside her for 90 seconds. Longer than 90 seconds, and then ghosts, and then things go bad.
Would you like to be inside Mia for...
I wouldn't last 90 seconds in Mia.
I think all the actresses and / actors in this movie look like drug addicts.
They were not super good-looking people. I thought that was great.
No, but they were also, like, gaunt, like...
So I don't think so. I
the
thought
women.
they see Riley, the younger brother. He was
All
pretty scary.
3 of those main characters looked like they were on drugs.
That's fine with me. I thought the one that mostly looked like she was on
saying.
drugs was was it Shelley, the girl that gave them the hand, the girl that had the hand. She looked like a bit of a drug addict, but all of them are wonderful. I enjoyed Rhea.
No, Mother Rhea's death.
I enjoyed
What's
all
her
the
name?
actors. I enjoyed the plot. I thought it was wonderfully paced. It was nice and quick. It was an hour and 30 minutes long. It was very well done. The only real problem I had with it was
the ending.
No, I thought that was fine. The open ending was fine with me. I know you're like Karen. You don't like open endings, but no, for me,
It's not just the open ending. It was just like it fell apart. There was no real story to it.
Apart? Mia effectively sacrificed herself so Riley can survive. That's the ending. What do you not like about saving children?
So she goes to the hospital, dupes her friend so that she can go behind her back and kill her brother.
Mm-hmm.
She takes her brother on, in a wheelchair to the freeway and goes to push him off into the oncoming traffic, and instead jumps and dies.
Yeah, because it was like a Exorcist thing where the demons left Riley to come into her. So that's why she killed herself.
That wasn't explained enough.
It wasn't, but that's what I feel like. That's what they tried to get across.
Because then it was just her in the fucking hospital, and you're just like, what the fuck?
I don't think it was.
There was nothing to it.
She saw everything that happened. She lost her father. Riley was okay. She said, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to come out, hang out with you. Okay, we're done." And she's dead.
The only thing I liked was at the end was that she became the ghost.
Yeah,
and into someone else, and they can open it up for the next movie. Yeah.
But
because this kind of movie is perfect, like all those other horror movies that
it costs fucking $19 to make. It's a bunch of young kids, so you don't got to pay them a lot. Like, yeah, this is what horror movies, like even slasher movies. This is not the best version of horror movies, not at all. But this was a great idea. It's got potential to be franchised.
To get better.
And yeah, it could be all sorts of different stories. But the only thing that right out of the gate, I was like, I know where this goes, is, wow, I wonder who's going to die in the end of the movie. Is it going to be the girl with a brother and a mother and a family? Is it going to be this other girl with friends and a family? Or is it going to be this one girl who just lost her mother who has nothing else in the world? Oh, I wonder who dies. So I was like, that's a little too obvious. But other than that...
But she dies, but her ghost lives on.
Oh, she's dead.
I hope you guys have watched this movie before.
But it was... I enjoyed it far more than I thought I was going to.
I was okay with this movie. It wasn't jump scary.
Nope. It was
fine.
The one part of it, a couple parts of it that I really liked. I really like once you say I let you in, the way their pupils just go pure black and they start getting bigger and bigger. That was so cool. I like that a lot. The other thing I really liked a lot was when Riley gets possessed and you see him grab his hand. He's pushing into his head to try to rip his eye out.
Slam his head down against
Loved it.
Corners of things.
That was great. And then there's other little gory parts that are here and there, but yeah, really enjoyed that. And what's funny too is I'm watching it and think of something like Saw with that idiotic shaky camera and all this music. And oh my god, what
There's no need for shaky cam.
And there wasn't. It was just all the scares and Talk to Me were really straightforward, really easy to understand.
If anything, they did the cool shot where they followed the person who fell from the chair type thing.
It was great.
I thought those were great shots.
By the way, my son who just walked into the laundry room, he's stolen. I think that's my second hoodie that he's stolen. So he's like my teenage girlfriend. He steals all my hoodies.
Maybe they're comfortable. You're gonna dress up like your dad?
Who wouldn't want to dress up like me?
That's a horror movie in itself.
Yep, because I don't wear any clothes. Why am I wearing Phil told me to put on a plaid shirt. Why the fuck am I wearing a plaid shirt?
For the last episode.
Oh, for the hair?
For the hair, and I thought it was going to come with a better goatee than what you have. And luckily you had the cowboy hat. Where the fuck that was?
Why the fuck would I have a cowboy hat? We're not in Calgary.
I expected one of the women to have a cowboy hat for some reason.
Why would one of the women have a cowboy hat? You know what? And I love that. I gotta love the thought. Like, I imagine you're over at your place talking to your wife and be like, "Oh man, I should have got a cowboy hat." One of Rob's wives will have a cowboy hat. And I can only imagine.
I know. I didn't even think of that.
I was gonna say my wife looking at your wife looking at you, being like, "Why would you assume one of his wives would have a cowboy hat?"
I actually thought I was like,
technically be a cowgirl hat, unless they want me to be the cowboy.
There's some okay, crappy cowboy hats at Dollarama, and I thought I'd be at Dollarama before now, and I thought I would just pick one up. I completely forgot.
We did go. Oh my god! I think it was the first year we were married, but I think we had been married for less than a year, and we went to the Calgary Stampede.
You and me?
Yeah, we've been married for a year, and we went to
Was
the
it
Calgary.
the anniversary? I'm sorry, I missed it.
We went to the Calgary Stampede. Karen got a great cowgirl hat, and I went.
Where's that?
I don't know. That's the other part. I went to a place where they like steamed it and bent it. And
and
made my cowboy hat, and I lost it. Don't know where I lost it.
Both hats are
yeah, both of them are
gone.
Which sucks because
you probably donated
like
it.
$20, and mine was like it was like $50.
Yeah, probably.
Fucking
you
bullshit.
Probably donated it instead of putting it in your cosplay box.
I should have.
Now you have the wigs.
That's true.
And the brownies.
That's what'll be good. I'll smother the brownies all over the girls, and then I'll make them
eat them.
Wear the wigs
eat it off
and
each
eat them
other.
off each other.
Yeah, there you go. Ha ha.
That was a very good high five.
No, it was really awful, but that's what makes a thumbnail.
Another thing too that's great about Talk to Me that Saw X and the majority of American horror movies really suck at is they always explanations for everything. Everything has to be over-explained to the utmost. Like, think of Jigsaw. You know, John Jigsaw's got to be like,
hospital scene should have been
and we're gonna put this together, and then you did this, and then I put it this way. It's like, dude, I don't care about all the fucking details. And but Talk to Me, here's a hand. Well, what is this hand? Some people say it's
they left it open, which is good.
Inside of a plastered hand, and some people say it's from a murderer. Some people say it's from a psychic, but it's never answered. Like, that's what you need.
Like the
let
monkey's
the audience
paw
make it
type thing. Yeah.
Let the audience make it up for themselves. That's fucking scary.
Where did it originally come from? It doesn't matter. It's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie. Yep. Where does Jason come from? He was a kid of the Thing.
We'll explain small bits of internal drama. It's fine.
How does Jason keep on coming back to life? Who fucking cares? He's a murderer that kills people.
If
How does Freddy keep coming back to life? Who cares?
If we told you, you wouldn't care anymore.
Except that one Freddy where that dog, I think it's Freddy 4, where that dog pisses fire all over Freddy, brings him back to life. Freddy is brought back to life by demon dog fire piss.
My favorite of those types of movies is Jason X.
Jason X stinks.
I know. I went to the theater for that.
Have you ever?
And I enjoyed it.
How many
because
Jason?
It was just dumb.
How many Jason movies have you seen?
Jason X.
Jason X.
No, I saw Jason versus Freddy. Didn't like it.
Okay. Yeah, Jason vs. Freddy. The best part of Jason vs. Freddy is the start where the girl has her tits out and she's like, she pulls her top part. And she's like, "Who's going swimming?" I remember being in the audience like that, and the girl
That's
that I was
what
dating at the time was
for.
like,
and then you're like, "That's what I came."
No, I'm like, most Nightmare on or sorry, Friday 13th fans. Freddy 4. I'm sorry, Jason 4 is the best one.
You know I don't like horror movies.
But
period.
yeah, I enjoy Jason 4. I have seen all of them. The only one I cannot remember for the fucking life of me is Jason Goes to Hell. I remember that Mr. X from the X-Files is the one that takes him down, and he wears like a duster and a fucking cowboy hat. That's as much as I can remember about it. And then
Talk to me.
so
I am talking to you.
in the beginning, there was heaven and earth. But no, that's why I like it. It was. I felt like it was an intelligent horror movie from two new writer directors, and I'm looking forward to see what they do after this. Same as the guy with It Follows or Jordan Peele. I'm looking forward to what they do next because, like Ari Aster, really looking forward. Once I saw Hereditary, I was like, holy moly. I want to see what this guy does next. He did Midsommar, which sucked, but then he did Beau Was Afraid, and I was like, this is fantastic.
So you have a studio. You're in charge of what Jordan Peele does next. You can give him an already existing franchise property, whatever.
Man.
What do you give him? What's your go-to?
I would like to see Jordan Peele.
I have an answer,
I'd like to see Jordan Peele
and you're going to
and
hate my
Guillermo del Toro. I know Guillermo del Toro wants to do it badly, but I'd really like to see Jordan Peele's, because he'd bring race into it, which is awesome, and that's what I really like about it. I'd like to see him tackle one of the Universal monsters, like Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Invisible Man, Creature from Black Lagoon. I'd like to see him like take on the Wolfman and say the Wolfman's a black dude.
Make
and
it something new.
Yeah, and how he deals with the racial profiling and shit that's gonna go. Like,
It needs to be the
he'd
new
be able to bring in
Marvel
something like
cinematic
that.
universe.
And he's an intelligent writer with shit like that. I'd really like to see
agree.
his take on,
That'd be
on
great.
one of those.
I would say, and you're going to hate this,
I do hate it.
a new movie in the Cloverfield universe.
I'd like to see his
I love the
version
universe.
of 10 Cloverfield Lane. That would be interesting.
But then you couldn't do his version of 10 Cloverfield Lane. You'd have to do something that's going on in that universe.
Yeah, but I mean,
It could be anything.
You could argue that fucking Nope was part of the Cloverfield universe.
You could.
You could say that monster was a Cloverfield
You
monster.
could. But the only issue with that is if it was, you have to go back and put in the little hints at what's in the Cloverfield universes, like the Slurpee machine and
You know what? I'll be honest. I didn't even really care for that first Cloverfield movie.
I loved it.
I watched it and I was like, eh. But then, upon rewatching, it does improve. I rewatched it like twice. I'm like, you know what? Okay, this
Watch
gets
it-
a bit better.
Maybe if you watch it a third time, you'll be on my
My
wagon.
on your Cloverfield team.
and you like the
Be
second
on your
one.
wife. What do you say?
No, my wagon,
Wagon.
my side.
I thought I said be
Not
on
my wife.
I was
We're
like,
not.
what?
We're not doing that, Rob. As many times as I told you,
As many times as you've told me.
Yeah.
Rob, get off my wife.
get off my ride.
Get off my ride.
What the hell's going on here? As I walk in the door,
And I'm like, Phil, it's
I'm not Rob.
not what you think. It's not me, Rob.
I'm Sophia.
I'm what's her name? Natalie Portman from the movie Closer.
It looked better on me.
Did it?
Last
Where's the
episode. Go
front?
watch it.
All right. What did you think of Talk to Me?
I enjoyed the majority of it. I hated the end. That I don't have much to say. Like I didn't like how all the actresses looked like thin drug addicts. I thought that was very off-putting. Oh, I have a question for you. So take me seriously.
Pink.
Take this seriously. You're driving and you come up to
I come. Do it when I'm driving.
sometimes. You've done it before.
Yanking the clutch.
You're driving and you come up to a kangaroo in pain laying on the road.
Oh yeah.
What do you do?
This is a good question.
A kangaroo.
Yep. Which is a large, muscly creature. Now, the question
Like me.
is, and it's funny, so I asked both the girls about it as well. And I didn't use a kangaroo. I was thinking of this movie, but I was like,
Penguin?
you come
A
up,
shark.
You come up to a shark. That's right. You have a shark
A
in the
great
middle
white
of the road.
shark.
But you come up to an animal, say a
seal.
cat or a dog, that is suffering badly. What do you do?
They're
Now-
smaller.
The correct answer is, okay, we'll use a kangaroo. The correct answer is you kill it to put it out of its misery. But the question is, how do you kill?
Yeah.
Now, I know what you do because I've seen my family. I was going to say my hooker family, my hunter family. I've seen them do this when an animal gets shot and it's not fully dead.
You knife them in the head.
You can knife them, but you're not going to have a knife.
Slit their neck.
You snap their neck.
Snap their neck.
And what you
but
can
that
do is-
muscly.
You hold one side of their neck, you take the head, and you snap it
I don't think
over.
you're gonna get a good.
I've seen it done on deer,
Unless this
man.
kangaroo is like 2 inches from
But when you
death.
think of a kangaroo's neck, it's kind of longer, so you hold its neck down, you take its head, and you
it's
snap its head.
muscly. It's like Brock Lesnar's neck. Like
But you can still snap a human being's neck.
I couldn't snap Brock Lesnar's neck.
My point
Couldn't
is,
get to his
you
neck.
hold it and you snap its neck.
I don't think you could.
Then how are you going to kill it?
I think what they did in the movie, well, what they were going
She's
to
gonna
do,
run over
I
it
think
again.
that would be your best bet.
No, see, I think
Unless you have a gun in the
quickly-
car or a knife.
I think you quickly snap its neck.
Use
That'd be
your-
what I
your
would do.
fingernail
Yeah, you
right in
finger
the
it. You
ear.
finger it till it dies.
up the butt.
Right in the pouch.
Is this
Karoo.
a thing that happens in Australia all the time?
I was on. I was waiting for a call.
It's
one
like a
time
deer, right?
with this girl. She was. It was a work call, and we were supposed to meet like 2:00 in the afternoon. So I can't remember. And it was like 2:30, and she gives me a call on Skype, and back when we were using Skype, and she calls me on Skype, and I love talking to her because she had a fantastic Texas accent. And she goes, Rob, I'm so sorry that I'm late to our meeting. She goes, and I was like, oh, hey, no problem. She's like, yeah, I was coming back from lunch and someone was riding a horse and the horse, took out his knee or his foot, or I can't remember specifically. But what I do remember is they needed to put the horse down. The horse was in pain. She goes, I was the only one that had a gun in my car, so I took care of it, and then it was late. And I was like, what? I said, please give me the whole story. I'm now very curious. So she was coming back.
Happens all
from
the
a
time.
meeting. There was a horse that somebody was riding.
No, you told me.
That ran, snapped its leg, and nobody had a gun. I don't know how you don't have a gun, everybody in Texas.
Jesus.
But she had a gun in her trunk, so she went and got her gun. They shot the horse in the head, and she came back from the meeting.
I forget.
So this woman had just shot an animal in the head and killed it, and then came home to get on the phone with me.
You would think, like, your brain automatically goes, don't you have to be accountable to the ammo that you have? No,
I
not in
guess not.
Texas.
But I remember she told me that, and I was like, really? She's like, yeah. And I was like,
Didn't have to fill out any
what a
paperwork
weird
or
thing to happen.
police report.
Or maybe she was lying, but I was like,
She's just like, she's from like Idaho or something. And she's like, that dumb fuck.
she's from fucking Peterborough. She's like, I'll just put on a Texas accent and tell this guy I'm from fucking Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. The point is, Talk to Me is a great movie.
How many
Significantly better than Saw
How
X.
many crooked hands?
Don't do that. Now we're getting in trouble.
Who did I piss off this time? Paraplegics?
You should have been doing gang signs.
Oh no! They think I'm a crip or something.
No, of course, with a headband.
Oh, I thought it was a red bandana or something. Shit.
You're like one of the pink Crips. Or Bloods. I guess the Bloods are red. That makes more sense if the
But
Bloods
what are the
red.
pinks? We're getting into weird territory.
The crimps.
The crimp.
That's why you kids are crimped.
Oh god.
Oh, I give it.
How many of these gang signs do you give this movie out of 10?
Oh, your phone died.
Fuck. Is it still going? Who knows?
I give this one a 7. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think I give it a 7 only because I enjoyed it much more than I thought I would. Are you recording?
I don't know. Here, hold on.
Pause. Here, I'll hold still.
Oh, low battery. Shit, it stopped.
Did it stop? Damn it all.
Later that same evening.
Before I was rudely interrupted,
We were talking about the Crips.
I said the Crips would probably give this 7 out of 10 Crips.
Just 7 out of 10 for you.
Yeah.
It sounded like an 8 or a 9 for you.
No, it wasn't that good because I wasn't like fucking, scared to the bone type of thing. But I was impressed by how original it was and how much it did impress me. I thought it was going to be dog shit, but I was impressed by how much I was like, wow, this is not complete trash.
I was worried that it was going to have jump scares galore and you were going to ruin my life with this movie. It was good. I enjoyed it, but for a horror movie, if I was just rating it on horror movies in general or whatever, or like how I feel about them, it would totally get like an 8 or a 9 or whatever. But for a movie in general, it would only get a 6 for me.
6 talk to me's out of 10 Crip talk to me's.
And I thought the friend was attractive.
Which one? The black girl or the white girl?
The white girl.
Oh, the one that had the brother?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't like her at all.
Yeah.
I
The
can
black
also
girl
say-
looked too gaunt and too drug addict.
Yeah, I
and
didn't care for, and that's one of the things I loved about it. I didn't care
weird.
for anybody in this.
The mother was
in the
really
series.
good.
That you know who that mother is?
Who?
That's Miranda Otto. She played
Oh.
Eowyn in Lord of the Rings series
That makes sense. Yeah.
because it's all New Zealand, right?
Is it New Zealand? I thought it was Australia.
Oh, maybe I'm sorry, it's Australia.
it
but-
could have been New Zealand.
Well,
I wouldn't
maybe
know.
Miranda Otto's from New Zealand, came over to Australia. It's not like they're fucking
They
far
got
apart.
cane toads.
Cane toads, that's right. I
and
believe the cane toads was one of the
that's
things that got talked to.
the
That's what you
cane
had to
toad-
grab and squeeze
no. You
and then say,
Well, you could
"Come
squeeze
into
it.
me," and it would go.
if you lick
"Blub."
it, you get like drug
That's what their fucking eyeballs
drug
came
things
from.
happening.
You lick it, and then your eyeballs
and
get
then
all
you
wide, and
you
you start
give a
talking to ghosts.
handshake to hands off of
You're not talking to Mike anymore.
mannequins. It's all right here.
It's far away.
We're sorry you've been watching Watch and Complain.
My outro was so much better. Yours sucks.
All right, you do it.
All right, you try it now. I'll be quiet.
I'm sorry.
Do
that
it better than that, though. Do it good. Your story is supposed to be weird story.
You're putting me in a position. Whoa.
I'll put you in a fucking position, all right.
Can we kill kids in Canada?
I wish. Can you imagine?
These are like internal
Thoughts.
monologue thoughts that we should probably keep in our heads.
Well, yours are squeezing out because you're like squeezing it too hard.
That's where the blood is going, not going.
I know where the blood's going with me, if you know what I'm saying. It's because this pink wig.
Put that away. I already cut it. Maybe it already turned off on its own.
Thank you, everybody, for watching Watch Complain. We hope you go to our YouTube page and email us at philsheadisexploding@watchcomplain.com. Please follow us on TikTok and send us messages because we're very lonely and no one talks to us. Bye for now, everybody,
Including our wife.
including our wives.